Hello everyone and welcome to another installment of the Mashup Review. I am your host, Peter Griffin. So I just brewed some very strong Death Wish coffee for this occasion. Death Wish coffee makes good coffee. You should check them out. How was your holiday? How was everything that has transpired since the last Mashup Review? I have an announcement for next week. We are going to be reviewing Mouth Dreams by Neil C. Serega next week, and I hope you enjoy that review. I'm going to have a lot of interesting things to say, hopefully. I have listened to that album quite a few times, and I would like to just share my thoughts on it. So, without further ado, we have quite a few mashups to get through tonight? It's like 5:30. I'm not sure if it counts as tonight, but late afternoon into tonight. This first mashup is from Beyond the Throne. It says that this is a mashup, remix, and YTPMV. I am excited. I wonder what kind of YTPMV this is, and how it pertains to pooper culture. I am very interested. Let's go. So that was Medley of BTT by Beyond the Throne, a YTPMV/remix. There were some parts that worked, there were some parts that didn't, there were some parts that were mixed well, there were some parts that left a little bit to be desired in that area. There were some times where the pitches clashed, there were some times where the pitches didn't clash. There were some acapellas that were lower quality than others. There was a lot to unpack here, but when it hit, it hit. My main critique is with the acapellas. If the acapella is not official and you have to make it with some kind of AI, you put some effects on the acapella, maybe like some reverb or some EQ or maybe even a small amount of delay, I don't know, to make it sound less like it was ripped by an AI, which might be very difficult, but I think it's worth a try. I really enjoy it, though. Good work. I really enjoyed the effort, and I really enjoy the video. The video is probably the best part of it all, the visual accompaniment, because it makes it all make sense. It definitely has the feel of a YTPMV in that it's a little in your face. At points, it can get to be like the annoyance level that you'd have with a YTP, but in a good way. Yeah, I think with more production chops and knowing what songs are in certain keys will help you greatly. As is, it's fine. This next mashup is from Hey It's Vikings. It looks like a 100 Gecs crabcore mashup from Hey It's Vikings. I am very interested to see how this Attack mashup will work with 100 Gecs. Let's check it out. So that was If 100 Gecs Were Crabcore by Hey It's Vikings. So I only have one thing that I would kind of change about this mashup, and that is that the vocals are too loud. Other than that, I don't have any other complaints. I love how you use a lot of 100 Gecs songs from 1000 Gecs. I love how you didn't just use one of the songs. Key-wise, they all worked. Yeah, it's really just the vocal level, and it would be perfect, but as is, I mean, I still gave it a like. I think it's very, very enjoyable. And, I mean, it works stylistically 100%. It goes without saying that totally works. And if you, brought that back in time 10 years, I don't think anyone would bat an eye. Yeah, cool, good stuff. This next mashup comes from Turntable Wizards Vince and Eric. Let's check this out. It is Waka Flocka Flame, No Hands, but it's September by Earth, Wind & Fire. I am so ready for this. So that was Waka Flocka Flame, No Hands, but it's September by Earth, Wind, and Fire. I really enjoyed that mashup. Turntable intros, great as usual. I wish you incorporated more turntable scratches like within the mashup itself, but I mean, I'm happy to hear any of it in the video. I don't know if the vocals worked the entire time. The songs are actually in two different keys. No Hands is in C sharp minor, so like E major basically, and September is in A mixolydian, which is technically D. So technically September is in D and No Hands is in E. So there is overlap, and it mostly sounds pretty good because most of it isn't the hook where it's sung. But some of the harmonies on the hook sound a little wonky. Most of them sound good, but some of the vocal lines do clash a little bit with the September instrumental. And I do think at certain points the vocals from Waka Flocka Flame and Roscoe Dash get a little bit too loud. But I think overall, those are pretty minor complaints. I still really enjoy the mashup, and it sounds great like 95% of the time. So yeah, you've done it again, Vince and Eric. Good job. Next mashup is from Shackled Music. It's between Mario 64 and Maroon 5. I'm not sure if I'm looking forward to this one or not, but I'll have to see. All right, let's check it out. It's pretty short and sweet, and to the point, I hope. Let's see it.
She will be loved, and she will be loved.
That was Super Maroon 64 by Maroon 5 and Super Mario 64. It's like the file select music in Super Mario 64, where you're picking out like which game you want to load of the 4 ones that you've already like played. Like you can like have 4 records of the game. I don't know what the hell I'm saying, but yeah, that was very interesting. I think the She Will Be Loved part with the chorus worked perfectly. It actually had kind of like this like jazzy like major 7th chord type feel that I really enjoyed. I don't think it worked throughout the entire mashup though. The 2 songs are in different keys. She Will Be Loved, I think, is in E flat major, and it does sound like you pitch shifted the file select theme up to A flat major. Originally I think it's in G major, but there's still 2 different keys, sadly, and I get that like pitching the Super Mario 64 instrumental down to E flat probably wouldn't have been the best move, but maybe if you found a compromise between the 2 and maybe had them both in like F sharp major or something, you risk like lowering the sound quality of the vocal or instrumental the least, but you also have them in the same key. As is, there are some parts that work miraculously well, some parts that don't. I think the vocals are a little bit loud. But other than that, I think it's a very good idea. Like I like how you didn't use one of Maroon 5's like funkier, crazier songs, because this file select theme is a little more chill and laid back. I'm glad you used a song like She Will Be Loved over it, but I do think that they should be in the same key next time you make this mashup. But overall, pretty good job. Next mashup is from Devon, Ireland. So this mashup is between Britney Spears, Hall & Oates, and Paula Abdul. It seems like a collision of the 80s and the early 2000s. And I am very interested to hear how it sounds. Let's go. So that was a mashup between Britney Spears, Paula Abdul, and Hall & Oates. And my favorite part about this has to be the video itself. Super well made, super well edited. The use of clips from Miss Pac-Man, great stuff. And the music videos were synced up perfectly to the mashup. Honestly, super impressive stuff. Very, very retro. I really enjoyed just the video itself. And the mashup itself is good too. Like, nothing feels out of key. I think the Hall & Oates song sounds perfect over the Paula Abdul instrumental. And I think the Britney Spears vocals, they're perfectly in key. I would have liked a better Britney Spears a cappella, but I still think like it sounds pretty great, and I like how you mess with like the filtering of the voice a little bit. That was actually kind of cool. I think some of the vocals were a little bit off tempo at certain points with the Hall & Oates and Britney Spears, but for the most part, this sounded really good. I think the mixing was pretty on point. The video was great. I think this is one of your best, Devin. Good job. Next mashup is from Rev Dragon. I am excited to see which this one is, and it looks like a mashup between Batman and Death Grips. I'm ready to hear some Bat Grips. This should be interesting. Let's check it out. So that was Batman Buried Beyond This Jungle by Raptor Dragon Mashups from the channel Rev Dragon. I listened to both the SoundCloud version and this version because you said the SoundCloud one was higher sound quality, and I agree. I do think that for both of them, the vocals are a little bit too loud, but the just how you messed with the vocals to make them fit the instrumental, I definitely enjoyed. Like, I was worried at first that they were going to be off tempo for most of the song, but I mean, they were just kind of on tempo most of the time, but like you messed with them so they would actually like, you know, fit the beat a little bit more, and I actually really enjoyed that. And I do think the idea is great. The instrumental, like, I like instrumentals that are like pretty like epic sounding with MC Ride over them. That's always great. MC Ride over any other instrumental most of the time makes the instrumental sound that much more epic. This is a solid mashup. I enjoy it, and I think we need MC Ride cast as the next Batman. 100%. That is something I totally support. Next mashup is another Death Grips mashup, this time between Gorillaz and Death Grips. It's a very classic combination idea. Just Gorillaz, Death Grips. Always just the best combination possible. Yeah, Reykjavik. I don't know how to pronounce it. I know it's the capital of Iceland. Yeah, let's check it out.
We know trash. We know things don't last, never last. When we load trash, we upload trash. Face down, trash, biggest trash.
So that was Reykjavik, Trash, Death Grips, and Gorillaz. So I think this mashup needs a little bit of work. I think the vocals are a little bit too loud, and they're not really matched to the beat. I think if you find the tempos of both songs and you make sure both fit, I think this would be a very good mashup. I think Trash is not inherently like the wrong song to put over this instrumental. I think it would sound great if it was just a little softer and worked with the instrumental a little bit more. But I definitely look into how to quantize and how to find the tempos of two songs and match them together. Like, look at tutorials online. There are plenty of other Gorillaz Death Grips mashups I like too, and I think this would be up there with them if they were just at the same tempo and mixed a little differently. But overall, yeah, I mean, I do enjoy this one conceptually. Next mashup is from Luke Adams. It is WAP, but it's an anime opening. And I gotta be totally honest, I am super impressed with your view count. This is really impressive. The like to dislike ratio too. Holy crap. I'm super excited to hear this. Let's check it out.
Now get your boots and your coat for this wet ass pussy. He bought a phone just for pictures of this wet ass pussy. Hey, my two.
So that was WAP, but it's an anime opening. They were both at the same tempo. Sounded pretty fun and bubbly. The Photoshop is 10 out of 10. I thought it was going to end at the 3-minute mark, but then it came back in, and it still sounded really good after that. It's a fun, very fun mashup, worthy of the views. This is why I really want a studio quality WAP acapella, because I feel like we haven't gotten too many of those. I feel like if you had a studio quality WAP acapella, this would be one of the best mashups I've ever heard. As is, it's very good. Vocals are a little quiet, but I mean, I can't really blame you because it doesn't really sound like you got the best acapella that you could have. But honestly, I don't really want you to listen to any of my critiques because this already did super well, and I'm super happy with it. And I mean, it's probably your most viewed mashup, so I'm really proud of you. You've done a very good job, and you're obviously doing something right. Yeah, good work. This is the halfway point with the mashups that we're going through. So next up, we have a mashup from Hunter Forsberg. So it looks like an Unguided versus 50 Cent mashup. Oh, it also has Eminem? Wow. Okay, I'm getting excited to hear this. I've not heard any Unguided. Looks like they're a pretty underground Swedish metal band. Yeah, I'll have to check them out. That actually sounds like it would be up my alley. All right, let's check this out. 50 Cent, Eminem, and the Unguided. All right. Bruh, did you seriously just throw Slipknot in halfway through and think I wouldn't notice? That was pretty great, though. Yeah, I mean, I think the vocals, while a little bit quiet, definitely were on tempo. I definitely enjoy the idea of mashing up 50 Cent, Eminem, and Swedish metal. This might sound weird, but I kind of wish that it wasn't a 50 Cent and Eminem song from, like, one of their darkest hours. Like, they both sound pretty tired and not like they're giving it their all. I mean, it's hard to tell when 50 Cent's giving it his all, because he's, like, I feel like part of his appeal is that he's just very, like, laid back and just, like, kind of just vibing the whole time. I think, like, Eminem actually didn't sound that fiery on this song. And I think it's not one of the Eminem songs I would think when I would think of just, like, fitting with a metal song. It works. But, like, Corey Taylor just fits so much better on it compared to both 50 Cent and Eminem. Like, there was a period of time, like, around, like, Encore and the Re-Up, and basically anything in between, like, the Eminem Show and Relapse, where Eminem just kind of sounded, like, kind of bored, like, or just, like, very tired and probably on drugs. I feel like he didn't really get that fire back until, like, Relapse and Recovery. But before then, like, I don't know, there was just a period of time where Eminem was, like, not really on his A game. And I kind of wish that, like, there are some Eminem songs that fit perfectly with metal. I don't know if this is one of them. I mean, it still sounds good, though. And I think you did the best that you could with the source material. So good job. I mean, it definitely sounds like pretty just chill rap metal. I mean, not all rap metal was just rappers screaming their brains out over metal instrumentals. There was also, like, some finesse there. So this definitely has a reason to exist. So I enjoy it. Good job. Next mashup is from Gnome Cannon. And it is a mashup between The Fall of Troy and Kid Cudi. This sounds like it's going to be super interesting. FCP remix by Fall of Troy. Oh my god. This is going to be good. I'm excited. Let's check it out. So that was a mashup between The Fall of Troy and Kid Cudi. And honestly, I was not expecting it to be like this like lo-fi emo rap math rock mashup. That's like not really a combo I was expecting, honestly, for a Fall of Troy Kid Cudi mashup. It sounded interesting, but I think the vocals were a little bit too loud and they weren't like quantized perfectly. And I mean, I think the lo-fi aesthetic could work here if the vocals were a little bit more palatable to listen to. They were just a little bit too like harsh and low quality, and the instrumental wasn't necessarily high quality either, but the vocals were kind of difficult to listen to. They were both in the same key, it sounded like, and I mean the whole concept is super interesting to have Fall of Troy and Kid Cudi on the same track, and I definitely enjoy like moments of it, but I think find an acapella that works a little bit better. Because this kind of has like the recording quality of like a black metal album. It's kind of interesting. Like I'm definitely I might come back to this and like re-listen to it, but there's just something really odd about it. I mean, but like, thanks for like opening my mind a little bit to like the like I don't know, like this new world of mashups. It is interesting, I enjoy the concept a lot. It just wasn't what I was expecting at all. Next up, we have a mashup between Fort Minor's "Remember the Name" and "Lose Yourself" by Eminem. Honestly, this sounds like it's gonna work already. Like, two songs that are basically like very similar. Like, "Remember the Name" is basically an Eminem song. I said it. It's an Eminem song. All right, let's check it out.
For those of you that want to know what we're all about, it's like this, y'all.
So that was "Remember the Name" by Fort Minor and "Lose Yourself" by Eminem. It worked perfectly. Like, I think the vocals might have been a little bit too loud from Fort Minor. And didn't sound like they were like recorded in the same studio as "Lose Yourself," but other than that, yeah, these songs were meant to be together. Yeah, perfect. Like Mike Shinoda's flowing over the beat super well. Yeah, it's a very logical mashup, and I'm glad you made it. It's quite good. Good job. I don't have really any complaints about it other than just the vocals being a tad loud and dry. Yeah, this mashup was meant to be. Next up, we have a mashup from Wave Sunray. That is honestly a beautiful name for a mashup artist. Wave Sunray? Yeah, that's great. All right, let's check it out. It's Steely Dan and LMFAO, "Sexy," and "I Know I'll Do It Again." Let's go.
I'm sexy and I know it.
That was hilarious. Steely Dan and LMFAO, "I'm Sexy and I Know It," and "Do It Again" by Steely Dan. Never did I think I would hear "Wiggle, Wiggle, 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 Yeah" alongside a Steely Dan song. That's pretty great. I like how you used both vocal tracks. Like how you used both instrumentals a little bit. I think both songs sounded a little dry at certain points. Like the vocals of the LMFAO song sounded a little dry. The vocal stem from Steely Dan sounded a little wonky too, but I mean, they were both in the same key. The point was made, and it was really funny. And yeah, that was really good. They're also like a similar tempo, so it didn't sound like you needed to do that much work with it. So overall, yeah, this is definitely a thumbs up for me. Next mashup is from Joe. And it is Fleetwood Mac, Rhiannon. But it's Whoomp, There It Is by Tag Team. This honestly scares me a little bit. I don't know why, but it just does. On the form where you submit your mashups, next to Joe's submission, after the link, Joe just says yes right next to it, just for some reason. And honestly, and it's also the YouTube description, I'm excited, honestly. This could be hilarious. Yes.
Party people! Yeah! Tag team music in full effect. That's me, DC.
So that was Whoomp, There It Is with Rhiannon by Fleetwood Mac. That was kind of nuts. I think the idea is really funny. And because stylistically, those two songs just don't work at all together. But I was still kind of rocking to it. It was pretty funny. And I don't know, just like 90s like basketball rap mixed with 70s soft rock is like, I don't know, it's a weird combo that I can't help but kind of be intrigued by. I think the vocals were a little loud at certain points and a little bit off tempo, but for the most part they sounded fine. That was crazy. Because it's like something I don't think anyone could possibly come up with. Like, I was surprised anyone came up with that idea. Like, you're delving into some new territory here, and I'm very interested. So, yeah, good work. Next mashup is Closer, but it's closer, but it's closer. So how close is it? I'm getting a little bit worried. It looks like this is closer with the Chainsmokers song, the 9 Inch Nails song, Lacuna Coil, and Tony Ig and Vice Tone, Astronomia. I do not know that last song. I don't think I know the Lacuna Coil song either, but honestly, I am very interested, and mainly just because of those first two songs being blended together, I'm already scared. And in the mashup request form that I have, Cosmic Latte warned me. Fair warning, extremely cursed. Okay, I'm getting worried. Let's go.
Help me, I broke apart my insides. Help me, I've got no soul to sell.
So that was Closer, but it's closer, but it's closer by Cosmic Latte. Most of that was 10 out of 10. Some of the like stem blending was really, really creative. Like the piano at the beginning of the mashup that was in the 9 Inch Nails song towards the end. Great stuff. That was a great combo. I'm glad that you didn't use too much of the Chainsmokers vocals, because honestly I feel like that would have ruined the mashup for me, because I don't like the Chainsmokers. So I did enjoy that you mainly used 9 Inch Nails vocals. I do think that some of the high end on the mashup is a little bit difficult to hear. Like the breaks with the sped up sample, I think that could have been a little bit like more reverby. Like there could have been some reverb added to make that a little bit easier to listen to, honestly. But tempos are all good. The we ain't never getting closer to God, that's a great combo. I think the 9 Inch Nails vocals sound great. Like even pitched up, they sound really good. It's a really funny combo. And there's a lot of technical skill that went into this, but I think with a little bit more work on just like making it easier for simpletons like me to listen to, I think just make the high end a little bit more palatable, and maybe like add some reverb to certain things with extreme high end, or like just kill some of the high end when EQing. But overall, I still really enjoyed this. This is probably my favorite mashup of the night. Yeah. Good job, Cosmic Latte, as always. Shout out to the Clone Hero community. Y'all are great. Keep doing what you're doing. Next mashup is from Bros to Snack Cakes. So the title of it is Someone Green. I'm going to make a wild guess as to what this mashup is without seeing the description. I think it has to be LCD Soundsystem and Gorillaz, but I could be 100% wrong. Alright, let's check it out. I don't know if it's Gorillaz and LCD Soundsystem, but we'll have to see.
Hey now, you're an all-star. Get your game on, go play. Hey now, you're a rock star. Get the show on, get paid.
So that was a mashup between LCD Soundsystem and Smash Mouth. It wasn't Oh Green World by Gorillaz, but I totally thought it was going to be. Yeah, that mostly worked. I like how you like chopped the vocals up in the middle part for the da 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 to fit that melody. That was great. Vocals were a little dry, could have used a little reverb, but overall I really I don't know what it is about LCD Soundsystem and Smash Mouth, but I have heard a few mashups between those two groups. I made one a while back called Smash Mouth is Playing at My House, which was Daft Punk and LCD Soundsystem. I need to re-upload that one. It was Walking on the Sun and Daft Punk is Playing at My House. I also heard one in the now defunct Patrician Music Chart Posting Facebook group, where it was a mashup between I Can Change and All Star, and that one worked really well too. I don't know if James Murphy really likes that his music is super easy to mix with Smash Mouth, but that's just the way it is. Yeah, good job. I also did not know that Bros to Snack Cakes made the Ian Curtis rides a roller coaster meme. I'm really pissed that it got taken down by whatever roller coaster snob uploaded that video, but honestly, that video like is the reason why I made the Freddie Mercury rides a roller coaster video, which basically put me on the map. So I probably owe Bros to Snack Cakes a good percentage of anything I make on Patreon. So yeah, I just found that out. I didn't know that was the original channel. But yeah, I'm super proud of you, Brosis. You keep doing what you're doing. This mashup is really good. Apparently you like made a different version like a few years ago, but I listened to that one too. I prefer this one by a little bit. You've come a long way, and I think your mashups are pretty slept on. And your meme videos are great too. So yeah, keep doing what you're doing. Next mashup is from Victoria Drift, a newcomer in the mashup community, but not one to be slept on. This is Oops, I'm Stricken Again, which is Disturbed and Britney Spears. And yeah, free Britney. Holy shit. Like, free Britney. I didn't realize, like, it took me a while to figure out how badly Britney Spears was in some legal shit, but she does not deserve any of it. We stan Britney. I've already heard this mashup, but I'm going to listen to it again. So that was Oops, I'm Stricken Again, Britney Spears, and Disturbed. That was super impressive. Yeah, I can't think of anything that I would change about that mashup. That mashup is gold. Absolute Grammy winner in another world. Yeah, I don't know how that's so good, but it is. And the mixing is great. The vocals are in key. They are quantized perfectly. I don't have anything I would change about it. Maybe the Britney Spears acapella is a little bit rough, but I'm not here for the Britney Spears acapella. I'm here for some over some Britney Spears instrumental. And that is great. I'm really impressed with that. Don't sleep on Victoria. Please don't. Victoria is great. We have 2 more mashups. This first one is from Sky Ferreira and Carly Rae Jepsen by Timid Frequencies. I'm excited to hear this one.
Not the type of you. I'm not going to pretend. I'm the type of girl you call more than a friend.
That was a mashup between Sky Ferreira and Carly Rae Jepsen. I kind of wish you didn't use the AI acapella, because other than the AI acapella, this is a great mashup, and they're both in the right key. They sound great together. I can't think of anything other than the acapella that I would change, honestly. If there isn't a Carly Rae acapella for that song, maybe just take the acapella you have and add reverb and some EQ to get some of the EQ cheese out of the acapella. But other than that, this is a great mashup. I'm super impressed with it. And I definitely think the next direction Carly Rae should head in is like a rock, like 80s rock direction. Kind of like how Miley Cyrus is like basically turning into like an 80s rock star on her new album. Final mashup. And it is between Mariah Carey and Tay-K. All I Want for Christmas is the Race by Tino Mashup. I'm very excited to check this out. Yeah. It's the holiday season, so I'm down.
I was trying to beat a case, but I ain't beat that case, bitch. I did the race.
It was Tay-K and Mariah Carey. All I Want for Christmas is the Race. That is a great Christmas rap mashup. Yeah, there are Christmas hip-hop songs out there, believe it or not. You have some from, like, ICP. You have some from Run DMC. Yeah, there's all kinds of Christmas rap songs. Christmas in Harlem by Kanye West. I think we need more Christmas rap songs, and this is evidence of it. It's just a fun rap acapella over All I Want for Christmas Is You. One of, like, I feel like All I Want for Christmas Is You is one of those songs that feels like it's been around forever. Like, it was made in, like, the 90s, but I feel like people in at least the 30s or 40s were singing this song. Well, like, I don't know. Might be anachronistic, but I have no idea. Either way, I think the vocals are a little bit, like, they could use a little reverb. They're a little dry. And I think towards the end, the vocals get a little bit off rhythm. But overall, this is some good Christmas rap mash stuff. I really enjoy it. And we need more Christmas rap crossovers. When are we going to get more Christmas rap songs now? Like, I'm all ears if anyone has any like rap albums or songs they want to suggest to me. Yeah. So thank you so much for watching, everyone. Y'all are the best. I hope you have a great holiday season. Next Friday, I'm going to be reviewing Mouth Dreams by Neil C. Serega. And that should be interesting. I have some pretty well-formed thoughts about this album already, but yeah. So if you want to support me, hit me with $1. Hit me with some dollar bills. $1 for a mashup on Patreon, and $10 for an album request on Patreon. Cool? Cool? Cool.